Now let's get our notes up. Let's see here. Recent notes there we go. And hello, South Florida. Welcome to another live edition of the Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show, all about the topic of, well, I bet you guessed it, real estate. My name is Eric Willner. I am your host. I am here live Monday through Friday. That's 5 days a week. We're live here. 5 p.m. we're live here, and 5 different ways you can listen to us live. That's right. You can listen to us on the AM, the original station where this all started 23 years ago, on AM 1470 on your AM dial here locally in South Florida, on the FM dial at 96.9, 95.3. That's the FM dial. So that's the second way you can hear us. The third way is through one of the apps. You can download the free apps onto your portable device, your tablet, your phone, whatever it is that's smart, that you can then download the app from whichever app store you get all your other apps from, and then look for either the iHeartRadio app, the TuneIn app, the radio.com app, even WWNN. Just remember, WWNN, you can, and they have even their own app. So through the apps, you can listen to us live as we're streaming through the apps across the country. Through our website at automaticlandlord.com. At automaticlandlord.com, all you have to do is go to the top of the page where it says The Real Estate Show. You click on it. If you're there live at 5 days a week, then you can listen to us there. If you are not there at 5 p.m. and you happen to have a different schedule, no problem at all. All you have to do is go there into the Real Estate Show notes on the day of your choice. You can listen to that day, whichever day that you miss. And you can listen to our radio show live as we stream it there at 5. You can listen to the recording of our previous shows. And we're talking about going back quite a few years. There is a ton of great, useful content on our website there at automaticlandlord.com. Even there, you can also download the version of it, the podcast version, and take it with you and listen to it online. So still counting that as the fourth and now the final way. On Facebook, we are live, and all you have to do is find it on your Facebook page. If you're already there, just go into The Real Estate Show as if it was all one word, or you can also access it without a Facebook page. Just have to type a little more. Then you type in facebook.com/The Real Estate Show, as if it was all one word, The Real Estate Show. Anyway, we got a great show for you today as we're continuing our little week here talking about down payment assistance and down owning real estate. If you're serious, there's no reason why you can't. It's not because you don't have the down payment money, because if you don't have the down payment money, perhaps I have it for you. There are a number of down payment assistance programs, and we're going to be talking about that as well. If you don't have the income that's verifiable, also not a problem. All you have to do is be able to show to me that you can afford rent, and I can get you a house in the same amount of payment there. You just got to show me that you can make the payments. And between investors, private money, local money, hard money, conventional money, all kinds of money, all the money that it takes to buy real estate is out there and available in today's marketplace. You just have to do your part. I certainly will do my part, and together we can make it happen. If you want to reach out and contact us, remember, you can always reach us at automaticlandlord.com. Probably the best, most convenient way. You can do it right on your phone. Leave us a message there at automaticlandlord.com, or you can text us, as you'll hear me give out certain specific keywords during our radio show. And when you text those keywords to our Real Estate Show Smart Line, and I'm going to give that out in just a second, then it will automatically trigger an automatic response. And at that point, now you're in a chat. In fact, you can even chat with us live on our website at automaticlandlord.com. So much technology. And what would you expect from the Automatic Landlord? We got great technology, great stuff for you, great services, and great investments here in the real estate field. So as always, Monday, we start out with our mission, and we describe what we're talking about here, the down payment assistance. We give out definitions. We talk about what is down payment assistance or down payment programs, whether they're grants or loans. We talk about, what is a first-time home buyer? It's not what you automatically think. And so we talked about that. Tuesday, we talked about actually yesterday was a really interesting show. And if you missed yesterday's show, I highly recommend you go to automaticlandlord.com or to our Facebook page, The Real Estate Show, and listen to yesterday's show. It was really, we got so many great compliments and comments on that show, because we talked about an instance where a real estate investor had gone to a mortgage broker who was ecstatic, as you can imagine, that he was going to get 4 refinances all at the same time. One investment property, 3 rental properties. And so he figured he was going to have a big payday. Didn't care much about the investor's future. I think he was looking more at his own pockets, because when we looked at the points that were being charged, the extra closing costs, very high. And when we analyzed the situation, they were basically saying, well, you're going to save 2 years on your mortgage. This is a person who had only 17 years left on their first mortgage. We're going to go to a 15-year mortgage. So sounds good. Going to save 2 years. Payment's going to go up, just a little bit, just another $70 a month. But it was going to cost him nearly $10,000 in closing costs. And you can just imagine, if I just took that $10,000 as a lump sum on his existing mortgage, which was already paying up higher than normal principal, because it was already a mature loan and farther along in the amortization schedule. And then we showed, we talk about our equity accelerator program and how you can pay off any mortgage, your existing mortgage, without refinancing, and cut the payment term in half to 1/3. And true to what I say here on the radio show, the 17-year loan would be paid off in 6.8 years. 17 years left on an existing mortgage. We could still, without any change to his lifestyle, any change to his cash flow, just a reallocation, a smarter, more effective, more efficient way of paying your mortgage, and we can cut his payoff date from 17 years out to 7 years out, saving him 10 years of payments and all of the closing costs, because he didn't need to refinance using this, unfortunately, not one of the smartest, brightest, or certainly definitely not a mortgage broker who was concerned with what was best for his client. So if you would like an analysis, if you're on the verge of refinancing a mortgage right now, then type the word credit or text the word credit to 561-861-2366 so that I can show you how, and if it's a good deal, I will tell you it's a great deal. Not looking to take away anybody's refinance here. What I am trying to do is make sure that you, our listener, get the best deal that's out there. So you can text the word credit to 561-861-2366. And then you'll see it'll start a little automated conversation. And then we can talk about what's the best thing for you. And not by opinion, not at all. This is not an opinion. This is only about the numbers. Do the numbers make sense? Do the numbers prove out, or do they not? And it's very easy to find out when you put it right to a calculator, and then you spell out exactly what you're doing. What are the total costs? What are the total payments? What are the total interest paid? And then let's compare apples to apples, not apples to oranges. When you start talking about, well, we'll put it on a 15-year mortgage, what was already going to pay off in 17 years already. Anyway, I want to jump to today's topic. Of course, it's our midweek report. And so normally on our midweek report, what we do is we go out into the news and the media and look at what the media is saying about our topic. We don't model our topic around the media, but we do go out and see the media, what they say about our topic. And so this was a recent article that was in U.S. News, the news source, U.S. News and World Report. But usnews.com had a very interesting article talking about how to get down payment assistance for a mortgage. Now, down payment assistance is not only for people who can't get a mortgage or who can't or don't have down payment. This could be an advantage to just about anybody. And if it's available and if you qualify, perhaps you're better off served using down payment assistance that's available if you qualify, and then invest your dollars to get further ahead. Oh, I didn't even tell you about the net worth difference, with the investor that I talked about yesterday. By choosing to use the method that we showed him and how to save not only the $10,000 in closing costs on one of the 4 loans, that was $10,000 on one of 4 loans. You can imagine what the total closing cost must have been. Now, the investor, of course, wants to get better payments and so forth, but at what cost? And what if I could show without increasing your payments, even if it's just a little bit, without increasing your payments, even anything, if you could pay off your mortgage a lot faster, then type the word credit, text it to 561-861-2366. Because not only did we save him all of those closing costs, but we showed him that by taking the difference in the money saved and just invest it in a whopping crazy 1%, hyper conservative, if you will, $1.2 million that he'll have saved up at the end of the same term that he would have taken to pay off all of his mortgage. So free and clear on all 4 mortgages. Did I say that before? Maybe I didn't. It wasn't even clear. I was still talking about his primary. Free and clear on all 4 mortgages. P.S. For you investors out there, if you have more than one property, what I am teaching here, when you text the word credit to the number, I'm going to give it a second again. When you text the word credit, what I am teaching you how to do will literally put tens, if not hundreds, and possibly even millions of dollars in your pocket. Because what was going to happen here is that if he followed our instructions, he's going to pay off in 7 years. And if he took the remaining 10 years and applied what he was paying off on all of those debts into a 1%, just a 1%, he would end up at the same place. At the end, all of the loans paid off, except for without following these instructions, he would just have 4 paid off properties. With the instructions that we were going to give, he was going to end up with 4 free and clear properties plus $1.2 million having been invested for 10 years at only 1%. And P.S., ladies and gentlemen, we talk to our investors about investing in real estate. We don't even move for 1%. We don't even get out of bed for 1%. Just imagine if you could get 5, 10, 15% on an investment, what that 1.1 million would look like. The numbers sound too unbelievable. That's why I love talking about it at only 1%, just to get an idea. Anyway, this article on usnews.com goes on to say about, and it is obviously geared at the broad consumer. It's talking about the excitement of buying a home. But for first time and a lot of young buyers, one obstacle stands in the way, which is the down payment. And that's what we're talking about this week. Among millennials who want to buy a house, and this is an interesting statistic, 70% of millennials surveyed said that they can't afford a down payment right now. And that was according to a report by the rental website apartmentlist.com. So the good news here is, and I wish I was talking directly to those 70% of millennials who say they can't qualify for a loan, because this here is an opportunity for them to bypass the number one obstacle that most millennials say is in the way of them buying a home. Like I said, if you're serious about buying a home, then in line with what we're talking about, text the word DPA, that's down payment assistance, text DPA to 561-861-2366. Once again, that's 561-861-2366. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. And like I said, if you're coachable, if you're cooperative, I've got the goods. I've got the information. I've got the programs. And so down payment is often the biggest hurdle to home ownership. Saving enough could take years for many people. The down payment assistance programs, on the other hand, help renters get over that hurdle and make home ownership more attainable. And what's also very cool about that, talking about having the goods, if you're a renter and you don't have sufficient credit, that's why I say type the word credit and text it to 561-861-2366 right now, because if credit is the issue, but you have been paying rent, do you know that your rent can be added to your credit report, but you have to know how to ask for it and you have to know how to do it. It is not simply calling up Equifax and say, hey, can you add my rent to the credit report? Because they won't know what you're talking about. And they say, no, rent doesn't count as credit. Not true. Not true at all. And we've been raising credit reports as much as 100 to 150 points just by adding the credit history, which increases your credit report, your credit score, but also builds your credit profile. So you could consider a program if you're hoping to become a homeowner that in the program that I'm talking about needs to work together with the down payment sources. So you need to know, and this is why, everybody isn't just doing it. It's not that the money's not available out there. It's not that there aren't loans that cooperate and work with down payment assistance, but the information just isn't readily available. And you have to know the rules. Otherwise, you could end up spinning your wheels for months and months and get nowhere. And of course, today, we're in a seller's market. Sellers aren't waiting around for you to come up with the down payment or the loan programs or the matching situation. So I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break, hear a few words from our sponsors. When we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how do these down payment assistance programs work. I'm also going to talk about another article. If you need mortgage down payment assistance, consider these options. That was on Fox Business. So we got lots more for you. Not a lot of time, but a lot more information. So keep it right here. You're listening to The Real Estate Show. My name is Eric Willner. Don't touch that dial. Be right back. Cindy, how are you doing? Boom. Carlos, how are you doing? I have to look over my other computer. John, I can always count on John. Hey, John, how was your day out there making people's lives better? John Brown, amazing contractor. That keychain is true. If John can't fix it, can't be fixed. Let's see here. It's amazing how we always have so much more to talk about than we have time. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about all the different financing options for us. It's going to be all about the money, our Thursday ATM edition. So, and the other cool thing is, and I didn't mention that because it's just, there's so many things that you have to take into consideration. Simone from Boca Raton just joined us. Better late than never. How are you? Let's go back to that other article. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us here on The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running radio show about real estate, running 5 days a week. We're here live at 5 different ways. If you want to learn all the different ways, just rewind and listen to the beginning of the show. If you want to listen to the rebroadcast of the show, you can listen to it at automaticlandlord.com. Up at the top of the page, you'll see The Real Estate Show, and all of our shows are archived up there as they are on our Facebook page. So if you want to go check out and see The Real Estate Show, I always get a kick out of telling people to watch the radio show, but you can do that on our website at landlord.com on our Facebook page, The Real Estate Show as well. So how do down payment assistance programs work? That's often the question. And basically, they provide would-be home buyers. And remember, home buyers, and most of these are designed for first-time home buyers. And first-time home buyers, as I described on Monday, is not somebody who's never owned a home. It's technically, and there is a technicality to all of these rules when it comes to down payment assistance. And that's why I said it's a good idea. It's really helpful. You'll get a lot out of understanding more and more about down payment assistance by texting the word DPA if you want to learn more about down payment assistance. And if a down payment assistance program is right for you, text the word DPA to 561-861-2366. That's 561-861-2366. Plug that and save it into your phone. Put it under The Real Estate Show. That's our smart text line. It's not going to change. The words may change because it's different topics each week, but text DPA to that number. Keep it in your phone because there's always good stuff and good information. But the money for down payment assistance can be used for the down payment. It can be used to cover some or all of the closing costs. And some of the programs offer down payment assistance for both. So assistance can come from many sources. And we talked about this on Monday, including government agencies, nonprofit organizations, and private sources as well. And that's why we have stuff that isn't even out there for the general public, but I will share it with our listeners and, of course, all of our private investors that work with us here at The Real Estate Show. So if you'd like to be on our investor list that gets all of this information, then text the word investor to 561-861-2366. But the programs vary based on where you plan to buy a home. In Texas, for example, the Department of Housing and Community Affairs, up to 5% of the loan amount for eligible buyers. Generally, down payment assistance takes the form of one of three forms. Either it's a down payment assistance grant, which means it's coming in and doesn't have to come back. It means you get it, no repayment required. There can be conditions, like you have to stay in the house for a certain amount of time, or you can't sell it within a certain period of time. Number two, my second favorite is forgivable second mortgage program. So they give it to you in the form of a second mortgage. And if you do something that violates the conditions that you accepted, then it becomes a second mortgage and you still have to pay it back. But if you stay in the house, live in there for a certain number of years, there's the details will come there. And then there is my next favorite is what are called matched savings programs. Kind of like a 401k. You put down some money, you put 1%, they'll put 1%. You put 2%, they'll put 2%. And that's kind of an interesting, because obviously when you have matched savings down payment assistance program, that doubles your down payment and it reduces how much of a loan that you have to pay off. But remember, we can show you how to pay off a mortgage in less than half of the time. Remember, all I ask is that you be coachable, have an open mind, and be cooperative, and we'll show you exactly how to do that. All you have to do is type the word credit to 561-861-2366, and we'll show you about how to do that. Now, back to the first one, my favorite one here that I want to give out while we're still have time on our show today is these grants. We talked about down payment assistance grants. Those don't have to pay. It's a gift. It's a grant. They provide buyers with down payment assistance, closing cost funds that don't have to be repaid ever. Some cases it may be not until the home is sold. So if you never sell a home, you never pay it back. If you sell it in 10 years from now, you're paying back in old dollars. In other words, devalued dollars, cheaper dollars. Those are just two examples that come from, for example, the National Home Buyers Fund is one of them. And then PenFed's Foundation, Dreammakers Military Heroes Fund, another one. So remember, you want to learn more about down payment assistance? Text DPA, the letters DPA, to 861-2366, or read more about it on our website at automaticlandlord.com. Well, that's the music coming in. That means that Eric Willner is on his way out. It's been a pleasure here. Thank you for listening to The Real Estate Show. We'll be back again, same place, same time tomorrow. Until then, drive safe, wash those hands, and make it a great day. Bye-bye. Boom.
Thanks for listening to The Real Estate Show. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
Eric Wilkes and Capital One Group LLC are available to assist you with your plan.
So how about that? How about that for a show? How was that? Let's wind down our YouTube so that that's not running. I don't want to waste all our film, right? Hey, take care, Brian. Thank you. And anyone else here on our Facebook or on our YouTube?